Welcome back to the channel. 1000K Sharing Channel is a multi-information channel. You can find a story, a lesson, entertainment or mystery discovery, or a news or event that just happened, etc. Therefore, we hope you will find a lot of useful information when watching this channel. 80 projects simultaneously started and inaugurated nationwide. Infrastructure boost for development. In April 2025, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh inaugurated and launched 80 major national projects with a combined investment of VND 445 trillion, approximately USD 17-16 billion. These projects span various sectors, reflecting the government's commitment to comprehensive infrastructure development. The event commemorates the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, April 30, 1975. April 30, 2025. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh on April 19 chaired a ceremony marking the groundbreaking and inauguration of key national projects and large-scale works. The event commemorates the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, April 30, 1975, April 30, 2025. The ceremony was conducted in a hybrid format, combining in-person attendance with simultaneous online connections across the North, Central, and South regions, linking the main venue at Terminal T3 of Tan Son Nhat International Airport in HCMC to all project sites. PM Chinh emphasized the significance of the 80 large-scale projects being inaugurated or launched nationwide on the same day, with a total investment capital of VND 445 trillion, $17.16 billion. The projects span various sectors, including 40 bachelors in transportation, 12 in industrial and civil construction, 12 in education, 9 in socio-cultural fields, 5 in public health, and 2 in irrigation. The PM highlighted the government's priorities, including promoting growth while maintaining macroeconomic stability, targeting economic growth of over 8% in 2025, and creating conditions for double-digit growth in subsequent years. Key focus areas include reorganizing the political system, restructuring administrative units, advancing science and technology, fostering innovation, accelerating digital transformation, promoting green transition and the circular economy, and pursuing deep and effective international integration. The private sector is identified as a crucial driver of the national economy. The party has determined that developing comprehensive, modern, and strategic socio-economic infrastructure is a critical solution to achieving these goals, he said. Public investment is being used to lead private investment, mobilizing all resources for national development. In line with these guidelines, the government, ministries, and localities have concentrated resources, removed bottlenecks, and resolved challenges to ensure the timely completion of key projects by 2025. Notable examples include Phase 1 of Long Than International Airport, Terminal T3 at Noi Bai Airport, Gia Binh Airport, Bac Ninh, the Hanoi National Exhibition Center, and over 3,000 kilometers of expressways connecting all regions of the country. Efforts are also underway to accelerate projects such as the Lao Cai, Hanoi, Hai Phong Railway, the Hanoi, Vientiane, Laos, Expressway, the Nam Dinh, Tai Binh, Hai Phong Expressway, the Gianggia, Dak Nong, Chon Than, Bin Phuoc Expressway, and the Hon Khoai, Ca Mau, Can Gio, and Lien Chiu seaports. The groundbreaking for the North-South high-speed railway line is planned for late 2026. These projects are considered game changers that will transform Vietnam's strategic infrastructure landscape. If you find the information useful, please like and subscribe so that we have more motivation to create more useful videos. In addition, you can leave comments about your wishes about related content. We will try to provide more information for you. Thank you very much. The Awakening. Vietnam 2025. It was still dark when the first shovel struck the soil in Bac Giang, but the land was awake. April 1, 2025, what would later be called the Day of 80, A synchronized beginning unlike anything Vietnam had ever attempted. From Lang Son to Sa Mau, across rivers, mountains, and coastlines, 80 major projects, bridges, industrial parks, hospitals, smart cities, research centers, highways, began simultaneously. Not just construction, but a declaration, a signal to the world. Vietnam is not rising. Vietnam has risen. Chapter 1. The Pulse of a Nation. In Hanoi, the capital buzzed with anticipation. Streets were quieter than usual, not because people were asleep, but because they were watching. LED screens in downtown districts live-streamed the ceremonies. A solar tech factory breaking ground in Quang Ngai. A coastal highway connecting Da Nang to Hoi An. A tech startup zone in Bin Duong. Each one, a pulse in the nation's newly synchronized heart. At 8:10 a.m., Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh stood at the central groundbreaking site, a sprawling green field that would soon become the Vietnam Innovation Nexus, a cross-sector R&D complex backed by both government and private tech giants. He held up a tablet displaying live feeds from all 80 sites. The crowd roared. "This is not just about building infrastructure," he said. "It's about building a future where Vietnamese creativity, resilience, and speed shape the world economy." Chapter 2. From Fields to Future. In a small village near Can Tho, 12-year-old Lan watched the commotion just beyond the rice fields. Bulldozers, engineers in white helmets, drones hovering. Her school would be part of a pilot green education campus project, energy self-sufficient, AI-supported, globally connected. She looked at her grandmother, whose hands bore the marks of a lifetime in agriculture. "Bah," she said softly. "Do you think one day I could become an engineer too?" Her grandmother nodded, a small smile forming. "You'll be better than them. You'll be one of the women who leads this country." All across the Mekong Delta, similar scenes played out. Families watching transformation unfold, some hopeful, others uncertain, but no one indifferent. Chapter 3. Harmony. Through steel and silicon, each project told a different story. In Hai Phong, the groundbreaking of a deepwater port expansion symbolized Vietnam's trade ambitions in a fragmented global economy. The restoration and digital integration of imperial ruins represented the blending of tradition and modernity. In Jac Lac, a wind-solar hybrid plant signaled energy independence and environmental responsibility. Even in the northernmost borderlands, digital towers were being erected to close Vietnam's last connectivity gaps. Everything was connected, digitally, logistically, emotionally. The Minister of Planning and Investment, Nguyen Thanh Mai, flew across 5 provinces in one day. In each stop, she repeated the same message. We are not just laying bricks. We are laying alignment between people and purpose, between today and tomorrow. Chapter 4. The 80 Beacons by Sunset. The numbers told a story of ambition. Infrastructure megaprojects, bridges, rail, highways. 12 renewable energy facilities. 10 innovation and startup zones. Educational hubs. 5 high-tech industrial parks. 4 climate adaptation projects, and 22 regional hospitals and public health facilities, 80 in all. Planned not for prestige, but for practicality, with data-driven modeling and public-private partnerships guiding the way. International observers were stunned not just by the scale, but the simultaneity. "This is how a country leapfrogs," a Bloomberg analyst wrote. Chapter 5. Not just steel and glass yet, not all voices were celebratory. Environmental advocates in Lam Jong raised concerns about overdevelopment near natural reserves. Labor unions urged for equitable wages on construction sites. Ethnic minority leaders asked for clearer consultation protocols. The government responded faster than expected. A special task force reviewed environmental reports within the week. A hotline for worker grievances was set up. Legal frameworks around inclusive development were made public in 10 languages. Modern Vietnam was not just building faster, it was learning faster. Chapter 6. A night in Saigon as night fell, Ho Chi Minh City lit up, not from neon ads or motorbike lights, but from the subtle glow of 80 blue beacons projected into the sky. Each one symbolized a project site, connected by augmented reality apps that let citizens learn and comment in real time. In a rooftop cafe, Lynn, a 34-year-old data architect, scrolled through her phone. "Imagine if we keep this up," she whispered to herself. "What's next? Vietnam on Mars?" She wasn't joking. One of the projects in the 80s was a satellite research lab in Hanoi, aimed at joining ASEAN space collaboration by 2030. Epilogue. After the first stone weeks passed, the projects moved from plans to presence, from paper to pavement. By July, the first rooftop solar panels gleamed on rural clinics. By September, AI labs started welcoming their first Vietnamese engineers trained overseas. And by year's end, the first babies were born in hospitals built from the day of 80. Not everything was perfect. Some timelines slipped. Some costs exceeded forecasts. But the momentum was irreversible. Legacy. Years later, historians would look back on 2025 not just as a year of construction, but as a moment of coherence, a rare national alignment of vision, effort, and will. They would write, "In 6 hours, 80 shovels struck the soil. But what rose from that earth was not just concrete and steel. What rose was Vietnam's belief in itself, and they would be right."